Hi, I'm Ali and a warm welcome to Kingship Skin, the Facialist method. So in today's video, we're going to be working on 3 amazing acupressure facial fascia points to really help rejuvenate the skin by releasing any tight fascia within these points for allowing for blood flow, circulation, also oxygen flow, and allowing a little bit of space within these areas so we can also have detoxification as well. So first things first, you want to start off with clean skin, and I always like to use a little bit of my facial oil just for a bit of grip and glide. Whatever you do apply, it's going to penetrate in better and deeper as well when we're doing these fascia, almost facial exercises. So placing the oil into the fingers and then just working from the side of the nose, lower part of the face, side of the temples, then just down by the front and back of the ears, down towards the SEM muscle, down to the collarbone. So before we completely start with anything, we want to do some opening of the gates, if you like, of the lymphatic system. So taking the pads of our fingers where our collarbone is, just above, we've got some indentations. And if you just give these a few gentle presses, this really just is our starting point. So the first acupressure fascia point we're going to be working on is the nasal lift method. So this is by the side of each side of the nose here. We've got some indentations, and if these get tight, it drags everything down, and this also then creates those smile lines, those nasal labial folds and marionette lines. So by softening this will also soften this part of the area. So taking it one finger, you could be any, and you want to start with either side of the nose and just do some very gentle pulses. Now I like to do these sitting down with my feet firmly on the ground, so you're nice and in alignment as well. Making sure that the ear is in by the side of your shoulders as well. So again, allowing for maximum blood flow and circulation to the neck and the head area. And then we want to work in a round circular motion one way. And you can start to feel any gristleness and tightness, and you can just working a bit deeper. Sometimes it's a good idea to also close your eyes when you're doing this, because you can really feel into it. And then work in the opposite direction. Also, if you can, take some nice belly breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth to really, again, calm down the nervous system, but also help with oxygen to the neck and the head area when we're doing these fascia points. And then taking the fingers and gliding under the cheekbone towards the ears, nice and light. Let's just take a couple of deep belly breaths before we start on one of the strongest muscles within the body. So placing our hand onto our tummy, just gently breathe in for 4 and release for 6. Relaxing the face, calming everything down, and one last time. So the second point we're going to be doing, again, as I said before and previously, is the masseter muscle. Now this is one of the strongest muscles, and when we clench our teeth, clench our jaw, tightness, this can come very tight, and also you can get TMJ and maybe sometimes even some pain. So we're going to take our knuckles, and I'm starting from that sort of corner point from the from the jawline, and I'm working in a round circular motion. Now I'm not dragging or pulling at the skin, we're literally holding into place. Just very gently massage. And then you can go in a little bit deeper as well if you have a little tender point. And then just taking our fingers off and then placing them down again, and then working our way. I like to work upwards today. Making sure the mouth and the jaw is nice and relaxed when you're doing this. And again, it's a really good idea if you can do some really lovely gentle belly breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth whilst doing these. And one last time. And then just work a little bit higher. Again, pressing and then just coming all the way along, round circular motion one way. And then you can go in the opposite direction as well. Now I like to do these acupressure points 3 or 4 times a week. It's a really good charge, I would say, around. And then finally release that. So just lifting up, really works this masseter muscle quite deeply. And then the third acupressure point we're going to be working on to really help with some, almost like a somatic acupressure point. This is to really calm everything down. And so we're placing our hands onto our temple area here and just gently pressing. And I like to use sort of the pads of a few fingers here for more surface area. Okay, you can do some lovely, gentle, deep belly breaths. And then just massage nice and slowly one way, calming down the nervous system. Okay, making sure everything's nice and relaxed, and the shoulders are relaxed as well. It's very easy to wake them up. And again, because we're using my kinship skin products, which, well, as I say, mine are all organic, but if you do have something, and you know, in your own cupboard you're using, if you can, make sure it's organic or as natural as possible. Again, whatever we place onto our skin is going to penetrate into the body. And then taking the fingers and just gliding down now, down by the front of the ears where we have plenty of lymph nodes. And then just taking our fingers here and just gliding all along the lower part of the face, further light touch, lifting in a slightly upwards and outwards motion. And what we're doing here is removing toxins and waste within the lymph. And the lymph can also be very close to the surface of the skin, so only light touch is needed. This will also help with, as I said before, detoxification. So it will allow for more of a glowing, lighter lift to the skin. And then with the fingers gliding at the front of the ears, again where we have plenty of lymph nodes, and behind the ears where we have plenty of lymph nodes. And then with one hand at a time, just glide down that big SCM muscle down to the collarbone. And then on the other side. And then from the chin all the way down, our starting point, really important to finish off with this so we can release the toxins and waste after our fascia work. So just above our collarbone, we've got those indentations, pads of the fingers again, and you can just give those a few gentle presses. And this will allow all the toxins and waste to go into the rest of the body for elimination. So please comment down below, tell me how you found this video, and if you're not already subscribed, please consider subscribing, liking and sharing. And just one more important thing which I have just forgotten to suggest to you, which I would highly recommend, is once you've done these acupressure fascial exercises, is to have a really nice glass of lukewarm water, body temperature water, to really again help with detoxification. So this will really help the skin and the rest of the body. So again, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please comment, also tell me where you're from, and if there's any other fascia exercises and techniques you'd love me to share with you. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Okay, bye.